Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. You're potentially watching this as I'm streaming it live on Twitch, since I broadcast there every night. You can join the community, and me. We geek out about a great many things there. Many of you know that I switched to using Android as a daily driver back when Apple first revealed the notch in whatever devices they were releasing contemporaneously. I realized that was not the future I wanted for my phone. I just did not want a notch. And that was enough of a driver for me to take Android more seriously. And moving from the iPhone to the Google Pixel, I will tell you, was relatively seamless. Did I run into some snags? Yeah, but they weren't horrible. They were easily navigated around. It wasn't that much of a challenge. Anybody who says, oh yeah, it's a problem. No, it's not. It genuinely isn't. It's a problem if you make it a problem. And I say this about moving from one platform to any other platform. Treat that platform for everything it is, not for what it isn't. Don't treat something like you would treat another device, because you're just going to end up not being happy. Treat it for what it is. Take it in for what it is. So I'm very excited to pick up a Pixel 6 Pro. Very glad that I will be pre-ordering one, courtesy of Pentaxenstein, who has been a member of the Twitch community for the past little while. He's also made a couple of comments in recent tech YouTube videos that I've posted. And he's basically sponsoring the device, which is great, because I'm usually not one who gets caught up in the review unit cycle, nor am I someone who has the ability to get every single device that gets released. Maybe at some point that becomes a thing. But my strategy when I look at a product that I might want to pick up may not be because you're interested in it. I have to be interested in it because I'm the one who's got to spend the money to get it. So unless I can figure out where it will play into, you know, this array of gadgetry that I'm already surrounded by, I can't determine what my answer is going to be. And it more often than not means I won't get every single device, even if you happen to be interested in one thing or another. The Pixel 6 Pro is absolutely something that I'm very excited about, because I have been using a 4XL for 2 years, because the Pixel 5, as far as I was concerned, was more of a side grade. Downgrade isn't exactly accurate. But I don't know. The Pixel 5 wasn't for me. The Pixel 6 Pro, on the other hand, I do believe it is something that I would find to be just as enjoyable as I did the Pixel 4 XL back when I first got it. So I've used a variety of Android devices over the past few years and found that I've enjoyed many of them. The one thing that I like about the Google Pixel, and I expect the same to be true on the 6 Pro, is that Google doesn't really get in way of itself. There's not really an overlay, so to speak. There are not many layers on top of Android. I mean, yes, Google makes optimizations for the Pixel, specifically in the camera department, but the general operation is lean, mean, and clean, or as lean, mean, and clean as I've seen Android to date. Maybe second only to a previous OnePlus experience. And I've had good OnePlus experiences, not great, but fine. I feel that the Pixel 6 Pro is the beginning of me being back in play. So I'm happy. I have been a Pixel fan. Wouldn't consider myself necessarily on Team Pixel. I'm more Team Nobody. But the Pixel 6 Pro is something that I want to pre-order, because as much as I've been enjoying the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, the camera, specifically the photo output, is something that I miss in the Pixel. That's the thing I miss the most, more than anything else in the Pixel device. It's all about the camera. So if you care about a camera, and specifically, when I say camera, I mean photo output, not the lenses, not the specs, not the f-stop, not the aperture, whatever. I'm talking specifically about the actual images that are produced. If you consider yourself a fan of that, that is exactly why a Pixel 6 Pro needs to be on your list. Because it, as far as I am concerned, it produces, or the Pixel has produced some of the best images all the way up until today. Like, my 4XL can go toe-to-toe with an iPhone. Like, the latest gen iPhone. I did a whole video on that. I feel it can go toe-to-toe even with the Samsung Galaxy or S21 Ultra. Some of these names, when you got them bopping around your head. I don't have a lot of flagship devices laying around, but the Pixel 6 Pro is the thing that I'm looking forward to if only to see if Google can do a better job with Android 12 on a Pixel 6 Pro than I feel it's done on a 4XL. So maybe different size screen will matter. Maybe the moving from 90 hertz display to 120 hertz should matter in terms of fluidity. You know, potentially a bump in the speed department, and that's where, you know, I'm curious, because of course they're going with their own chip. That's the thing they want to do. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to, you know, deny them that, and hopefully they've got some optimizations in tow. So again, it's less about the speed on paper and more about how fast does it feel, how snappy does it feel, and that's one of the things that I feel Google's done a good job with in relation to the Pixel series in the past. Having had a Pixel 2 XL, 3 XL, 4 XL, I've now basically I've had 3.5 years worth of my smartphone life on a Google Pixel. Didn't get the 5, but then I think the 6 Pro is definitely going to be something that I'm excited about. As someone who's used the Pixel before, as someone who understands and appreciates what Google has been trying to do with the Pixel, and I hope they succeed with it. So yes, I'm going to be unboxing and sharing my experiences, possibly even sharing some suggestions. You know, if you are on the fence on the Pixel, you know, I expect it to be more fluid. I expect it to, you know, make Android something that I just don't think about again. And that's something that, using a Samsung device, I'm always thinking about it, because the problem is there's the Android layer and then there's a Samsung layer on top of it, and sometimes that works, and I've been able to largely de-Samsungify my Samsung devices, largely, but there's still that extra layer, and that's just a little disconcerting to me. So that's the big reason, the big opportunity for me, and the reason why I'm going to be pre-ordering a Pixel 6 Pro is not just because it's new, not just because I've used a Pixel before, but because I just know that I'm not saying I've had enough of the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. It's just that I miss certain things about the Pixel, and I've been waiting, you know, for something better to come along in the Pixel series, and here we have it. So yes, I'm absolutely pre-ordering. I absolutely plan on switching to it, you know, from the Samsung device that I have been using. But that said, I'm in play. You know, I don't know if I'm going to stick with it indefinitely. OnePlus has got a new device right around the corner, and they've made optimizations with their operating system to make it more fluid and eliminate jank. That's the suggestion. I don't have a OnePlus device right now. I had the OnePlus 9 Pro for like an hour before I packed it up and sent it back. I'm like, I'm not going to spend my money on this. Like, it was fine. The problem is that it was juddery. Like, there was jank in scrolling on the 120 hertz screen. I'm like, I can't wait for them to try to maybe fix this. I can't justify the cost. So I'm eyeballing at a distance, even after getting and pre-ordering a Pixel 6 Pro. Are you doing the same thing? Am I the only one who's getting a Pixel 6 Pro? Am I the only one who understands, like, what Google is trying to do and has enjoyed what Google has done with the Pixel series? Maybe not Android 12 on the Pixel 4 XL. But in terms of looking at the alternatives, the two flagships that are on the horizon that I'd be interested in, OnePlus 10 Pro, or whatever they call it, and then the next Samsung Galaxy Ultra, I'm also going to be interested in. So I'll probably be picking up those two flagships. So I can't get every device that's out there. I'm not looking to switch from this to that to the other thing, but I know these are things that I've appreciated at some point in the past. They're making great strides. You know, next version of Android 12 may work better on the next Samsung Galaxy Ultra. It may work better on the next OnePlus device. I don't know. I don't even know what other devices I should be looking into, because I'm not someone who chases smartphones. I'm not someone who reviews gadgets. I'm a horrible reviewer. Like, I'm a great person at telling you my experience. I'm a great person at guiding you, you know, through to a solution for you. But, like, I don't necessarily watch a lot of the same news that you watch. I don't digest things the same way you digest. So if there's any other product that I might be able to get a hold of that would meet my specifications, forget the sheets, forget the actual specs, my specifications, that's the only specs that matter. As far as, well, these specs on my face also matter. Spectacles, but then specs. Okay, enough of the dad jokes. I am still a dad. I'm having a great time being a dad. I'm also having a great time talking tech with you. So, you know, let me know, you know, what you're going to be doing. Pre-ordering one or not.